The Man of Steel and Ben Affleck's Batman both have fascinating futures in the DC Extended Universe, as hinted at by Henry Cavill's return as Superman in Black Adam. The old DCEU seemed to be stuck in limbo following the disastrous release of Justice League, and the lack of an overarching plan for DC's main superheroes led to uncertainty regarding the future of Ben Affleck in the franchise. Keep watching to find out more. Firstly, Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman are officially back. According to what the actors had declared, Ben Affleck would never again portray Batman, while Henry Cavill would be returning to Superman in one way or the other. Surprisingly, Cavill's Superman didn't appear on the big screen for 5 years, while Affleck was confirmed to be coming back for The Flash and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, both of which were initially scheduled to debut in 2022, but will now make their debuts in 2023. With The Flash and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, it was believed that Affleck was officially returning for his role as Batman. The actor had also put on his costume for scenes in Zack Snyder's Justice League, notably for the Nightmare Timeline scenes that the director was never able to shoot. We'll only have to wait a few more months to watch Affleck return as Batman in The Flash. It's been highly anticipated after fans saw Cavill's Superman fly over again in Black Adam, which was an unexpected development in the year since Snyder released Justice League. However, The Flash also includes Michael Keaton's portrayal of Batman, which begs the question, who will play a role in the DC universe? Coming up, will we get a Batman return since Henry Cavill has returned? James Gunn's DCU will have to figure out a method to incorporate what has existed in the old DCU into its new plans, unless of course they're planning a total reboot. Justice League serving as the focal point of the revamped DC universe would undoubtedly be helpful for Gunn's brand. Given how erratic DC's box office has been since the film, it's clear that the DC universe cannot function without its core characters. Even though Henry Cavill's return as Superman is thrilling on its own, it would have considerably more significance if Batman and the Justice League were also making a comeback. As Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman 3 and Henry Cavill's return as Superman are both anticipated, Affleck's Batman is now the only member of the DC Trinity whose future in the DC universe is uncertain. After the events of The Flash, Michael Keaton's Batman would have appeared in Batgirl, indicating that it was intended for Ben Affleck's Batman to be dropped from the franchise. The condition of the DC Universe timeline following the multiverse and the time travel components from The Flash cannot be assumed, though considering Batgirl was cancelled and Affleck was confirmed for Aquaman 2. Finally, the Batfleck is essential for the DCEU's future. Ben Affleck must play Batman if James Gunn's DC Universe is to be a new chapter in the DC film's canon, rather than a remake. Batman has the potential to be one of WBD's most lucrative franchises in the years to come, but Robert Pattinson's portrayal of the character exists in a distinct, more grounded universe that is incompatible with that of the other DC characters, like Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. A DC universe cannot function without a Batman, despite the fact that Pattinson's Batman will suddenly take center stage. The DCU needs a Batman to be present, whether it be in the form of minor appearances or in Justice League sequels. After the events of The Flash, it's possible that Michael Keaton may assume the role of Batman in the DC universe. Once Keaton was confirmed for Batgirl, this notion appeared to be the most likely one, but the unexpected cancellation of Batgirl and Affleck's reappearance in Aquaman 2 shifted that possibility. But it's not impossible that Michael Keaton will take over as the main Batman in the DC universe. Even though Keaton's portrayal of Batman is legendary, it would be a mistake to introduce a Bruce Wayne who has no prior interactions with Cavill's Superman, Gadot's Wonder Woman, and the other members of the Justice League. Ben Affleck remains the finest choice for Batman in the DC universe. Coming up, the best Batman moments in the DC universe, starting with Wayne meets Kent. Batman and Superman finally interacted on the same screen in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. In order to access Lex Luthor's servers, Bruce Wayne attends a party at his house. He comes across Clark Kent, and the two have an immediate disagreement over, ironically, Batman and Superman, as he switches between identities on a whim. From the charismatic portrayal of Bruce Wayne for the public to the genuine personality underneath, Affleck's acting prowess is on full display. Affleck demonstrates that he can still make his Batman menacing without donning the suit. Up next, it's over. Deadshot. Most people anticipated that Batman would just be briefly addressed in this film, or at most make an appearance in the post-credit scene. Flashbacks in Suicide Squad, however, give Batman a supporting role. In a flashback, Batman defeats Deadshot and reveals how he did it. Audiences witness Ben Affleck and Will Smith engaged in combat rather than just seeing Batman deliver Deadshot to the GCPD. The DCEU is made more cohesive, and Affleck's mystique is expanded by having him appear in such a minor role. Moving on to the Nightmare Universe. Batman fights back, but the demonic Superman's Nazi-like foot soldiers betray him and kill his resistance. Batman transforms into a one-man army in one fluid scene, and since this future iteration has no qualms about it, he murders ruthlessly. The army of Superman and the armies of Apocalypse still defeat him, despite all of his planning and training. It demonstrates that while Batman is incredibly capable, he is not always successful. When Superman shows up to destroy the Resistance, and Batman himself by crushing his heart, the dream transforms from epic very quickly into horrifying. More on, the truth is revealed. As Alfred, Jeremy Irons is excellent in persuading Bruce to tell the truth. Batman intends to kill Superman with kryptonite, so there won't be more carnage like in Man of Steel. Although Alfred can clearly see that Batman's fury is making him blind, the scene excels in demonstrating how perspective can change how things appear. Batman only noticed the danger and havoc that Superman had caused. His analytical thinking and indignation allow him to see the powerful alien's legitimate worries. Ben Affleck does a fantastic job of conveying the tension between Bruce and Alfred, and effectively captures how flawed Batman can be sometimes. Coming up, the iconic "Do You Bleed?" Ben Affleck hasn't said the famous "I'm Batman" phrase during his time as the Caped Crusader. However, with just the first teaser, Batman became famous for a grim and ominous line. Superman challenges Batman to end his reign of terror in Gotham when the two encounter one another as their superhero alter egos. The majority of people would be terrified if an alien with the ability to lift a planet threatened them. Batman just asks, "Tell me, do you bleed?" and ends by saying, "You will," as Superman flies off. Next, Faith, Alfred. In a direct counterpoint to Batman, Bruce Wayne tells Alfred that he knows Superman will arrive as the Justice League is about to head out to battle Steppenwolf. Batman answers Alfred's question about how he knows by saying, "Faith, Alfred, faith," the 4-hour epic's greatest line from Batman. This completes Batman's character journey and demonstrates how Superman's sacrifice affected him. Batman had changed from the heartless automaton to the guardian of Gotham he had been for so long prior to Robin's passing and the Metropolis incident. Next up, Batman prepping for war. As usual, fans were overly eager to condemn Ben Affleck when he was first cast as Batman. Affleck disapproved the widespread belief that he would be too unfit to play Batman. When Batman obtains kryptonite, he starts preparing for his confrontation with Superman and builds a new collection of weaponry to combat Kryptonians. In scenes straight out of the first appearance of Batman in the comics, Ben Affleck flaunts his improved physique while working out. It demonstrates both Bruce's cunning and athletic strength, as well as Ben's love and devotion for Batman. Finishing off with Day versus Night. Everyone was thrilled about the prospect of Batman versus Superman, just as they were waiting to see Captain America versus Iron Man. Ben Affleck was a wonderful fit for Batman's high-tech gear from the animated Dark Knight Returns. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice only features the two fighting once, but it's a very memorable encounter. Even a victory without a fallback exists. We all have had a childhood fantasy about witnessing two of the greatest superheroes face off, with each hero landing powerful blows on each other. During the fight, Ben Affleck proves his standing as a worthy Batman, delivering some of the greatest one-liners in superhero cinema history. And with that, that's a wrap for this video. What do you think of the Batfleck? And should fans await his return to the new DC universe? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see ya in the next one.